Hey, hey! It's been a while. This is Cole. Excuse my icky hair. I just got done riding. And yeah, I got helmet head. So I wanted to get on here and just kind of talk a little bit about my health journey and the new company I'm with as well. And so since I turned 30, I've been struggling with my weight, and I blame marriage as part of that problem. Josh is a damn good cook. So, I'm not the most motivated person to exercise. I hate working out. Let's be real. If I'm not riding my horse, then I don't really want to do much otherwise. I don't mind walking. I don't mind doing certain things, but this is my main form of exercise. And I was doing really good last winter because winter time is like really hard for me because it's too cold to ride. And then, it's also snowy and muddy and icy and the whole bit. So I was really good. I would walk in place while watching TV. Josh used to give me so much shit about it. Oh, you're marching in place again. What are you doing? And I'd be like, I'm getting my steps in. So I kind of fell off the wagon in November and December. Tried again January, February, March. Finally, I was able to start riding some in March and April and May, and then summer hit. But in between, I just had like no motivation, no energy, no get up and go, no oomph, nothing. And I figured it must be something about turning 40 that your energy just kind of disappears. And I'm a pretty active person normally, so I got super lazy, slept a lot. I mean, I kind of had the symptoms of depression, but I wasn't depressed. Like, I didn't feel bad or sad or anything like that. It was just, I was so tired all the time. And of course, the weight came back on, and just a whole spiral down into the shithole. My weight is the heaviest I've ever been, which pisses me off. Being real here. I did go to a training not that long ago, and she was talking about how to detoxify your body from all the chemicals and all the crap that we put in our body, including medication. So this lady was a guest speaker on one of my trainings, and she had Crohn's disease for many years. She was on medication for that. She had PCOS. She'd only have a period like once a year, and I'm like, I can relate to that. I've been on birth control for basically my entire adult life because I either don't have a period ever, which is fine with me, or when it would show up, it wouldn't leave. So I'd have like a period for weeks on end, and then I'd have to go on birth control. And I went off birth control like right after I got married, and I was off of it for 5 years, thinking that was the cause of my high blood pressure. And then, of course, the periods did their thing, either never come or never go. And so I went back on the birth control, which I know is bad for me, by the way. I do know this. And, the woman doctor's like, well, why'd you go off of it? And I told him, well, my other doctor thought it was the cause of my high blood pressure. Well, I found out that my weight gain was a factor of my high blood pressure. Yes, it runs in my family, but I'm sorry, why did it become an issue like all of a sudden? I've always had good blood pressure until I turned 30, and then it was like shit hit the fan. So anyway, I was on and off blood pressure medication for years. I finally asked, more like demanded, to find out what is causing it, because I'm like, you know, most people, if their blood pressure is gonna be high or it's hereditary, it stays high. Mine goes up and down like the temperature. And so, I've been battling that for the last 10 years as well. And, I went to a cardiologist finally, and he thought my aorta was narrowed, but turned out that was not true, and just basically told me to stay on the medication, which I hate medication. The birth control I don't mind, because I can predict and control when my periods come, which is super convenient. But I know that those pills are not good for me. They just took my dad off of lisinopril, which he's been on for the last 20 years. Yes, he's got high blood pressure too, but his didn't show up until way late in life. And, anyway, his new doctor says that lisinopril causes skin cancer. Oh, yay. I'm on lisinopril, and I'm outside in the sun all the time. So yeah, I start questioning all these drugs and crap that they advertise, and then they put you on long frickin' term, and it's like, what are the long-term effects of these medications? That's what I want to know. But getting back to that girl that was talking, she was on Crohn's disease medication for years, and she had a baby, and it was a miscarriage, and then she got pregnant again, and she was able to carry full term. She was basically told she couldn't have kids because of the lack of periods, which is true. But she had 2 children that had a birth defect, something to do with their heart. I can't remember the condition, but it turned out that was from her Crohn's medication. So she quit taking the Crohn's medication and started really like diving deep and learning as much as she could about nutrition, and that was super interesting. She got off her Crohn's medication. She was able to have 6 children all together, 2 of which had the birth defect and the rest have not. The crazy thing is, because of her changing her diet and getting the correct amount of everything, she was able to have the 6 kids. None of them have been on any type of medication. She was super heavy. Now she's not. And she looks damn good for having 6 kids. Like, holy crap. But it's amazing. If you dive deep into your nutrition, which Nutrition to me is one of the driest subjects out there. I took a nutrition class twice, two of them, for horses, and holy crap, was that the most boringest, driest subject. But it's so important. And nutrition for me is boring too, but she made a really good point about protein. So foods are made out of three things: macros, carbs, and proteins, I think is what she said. Anyway, ladies, I just want to tell you that protein is your best friend. I am learning this. The scale is starting to come down a little bit for me. So she mentioned that most women get about 50 grams of protein a day, which is like half of what you should be getting. You should try to get your weight in grams daily of protein. So if you, the example she gave, which I thought was cool, if you weigh 190 pounds and you want to weigh 150 pounds, you should shoot for 150 grams of protein every day. So I'm trying that, and it's hard. I feel like I eat all day, like I'm grazing all day. But the best I've gotten so far is 93 grams in a day. And like I said, I feel like I graze all day long. But that's actually good for your metabolism and your digestion. It's not starving yourself. I've tried that. I've tried the intermittent fasting. I've tried so many things. I don't diet because I have no willpower, so I'm not gonna, what is the word? I'm not gonna cut myself off of anything or say restrict myself. That's the word I was looking for. I don't ever restrict myself, because as soon as you tell yourself, oh, I'm on a diet and I can't have this and I can't have that, well, guess what? Your brain's like, oh yeah, you're gonna crave those things now that you just told yourself you can't have, and then it's setting you up for failure. But yeah, so anyway, the scale's been kind of going up slowly. It's always a slow gain for me, thankfully. It's not like I jump from like 20 pounds up. It's a slow gain, which it creeps up, and then you're like, God damn it, now I gotta do something about it. And I try to be proactive, but like I said, I got lazy, no energy, no motivation, just tired, don't feel like exerting myself. And so anyway, I have a friend of mine who sells the mushrooms. Yes, I jumped on that bandwagon, and yes, it is improving things for me. So the company is called Frequency. I wanted to diversify my business with my clean water, and that also goes with health and wellness, but I needed something. I'm not a energy drinker. Caffeine does not really affect me. Like, I can have a cup of coffee and go back to bed and be fine. So caffeine, I don't have the addiction to it like some people, I guess. Like, I don't crave anything with caffeine. I do drink things with caffeine in it. I have coffee like once a day, but that's more so in the wintertime. I can't remember the last time I actually had a cup of coffee. And then I do drink a lot of iced tea. I love the Arizona teas, and I know there's some caffeine in there, but I don't drink pop. I don't drink anything like that. I don't drink a lot of juice. I just try and drink as much water as I can, and thank God for my water ionizers because I can actually tolerate my well water. And it's very hydrating. So I started the mushrooms because I wanted to see what all the hype was about. Will it help me? I really wanted it for weight loss, which it does help, but that's not like its main function. Its main function is like getting rid of the brain fog, anxiety, the mental stuff, get your focus up, and that kind of thing. And I've noticed I'm on, today will be day 8, I believe, for me, dosage wise, and I've gotten more energy. I actually am able to get up and go ride and not feel that draggy, your legs feel like lead feeling, because I was getting that a lot. I still get really hot, but that's okay. I get hot, but I noticed that I sweat more. Like, I never used to sweat as a kid. And I found out that is because I was dehydrated like 99.9% of the time. I didn't drink growing up. Peeing was an inconvenience. And I remember I went through a stage through school where I would work really hard not to go to the bathroom at school. It grossed me out. And so I would like kind of limit myself, and I could usually make it through a school day without having to go to the bathroom, and that used to be something I was proud of until I learned later in life that's not a good thing. You want to go to the bathroom. I started getting kidney stones 2010-ish, and I've passed 7 of those suckers. I had to have one removed because it was big. And so drinking water has been something that I've kind of been forced into, because if you don't drink enough, you can get kidney stones. And dehydration affects everybody differently. I get headaches too if I'm dehydrated. And I do have days where I don't drink enough water. But that helps with weight loss. It helps with so much stuff. It helps with flushing your system of all the toxins and whatnot. So there's a lot of benefits to hydration. And the funny thing is, I asked ChatGPT about my sweating, because like I said, I can like get drenched now, and it said because I've properly hydrated myself, now my body is working properly to cool itself off. So that's really an interesting thing. So we tend to sabotage our bodies sometimes without even knowing it. Not intentionally, at least. So I've been getting these like energy bursts, which is super cool. I've been getting up early every day to go to a book club, which is at 6 o'clock our time. I am not a morning person, but I've been able to get up, listen to that, and then go back to bed, and then I'm draggy like the rest of the day, but I still got up early. Today I tried something different, and I stayed up. I made myself stay up to see if I don't have that lag feeling so much. So we'll see. So far I keep telling myself I want to go back to bed. I love to nap. Since I'm not working, I like to nap. So yeah, when I pull an all-dayer, that's a big deal. So yeah, it's been an adjustment since I've been home, which is almost it'll be 2 years in April. Next April will be 2 years since I left my shelter job. But it's so different when you don't have the routine that you used to. Like, when I was working, I would get up. Sometimes I'd eat breakfast, sometimes I wouldn't. I kind of experimented with that. And then, you know, you go to work, you do your thing. We cleaned in the morning, so it was kind of a get to work and get going. Like, there wasn't any messing around in the morning type thing. It was just giddy up and go and get the cleaning done, and then we'd have lunch, and then we'd open, and then you dealt with people the rest of the afternoon. But your body gets into a routine, and I've been kind of out of a routine for a while. I did finally get a walking pad. It's a mini under the desk treadmill, and I have one of those. I got my infinity hoop. I love that thing when I actually do it. Again, motivation. I did my infinity hoop for an hour 3 days ago. I'm still sore from that, by the way. Yes, I think it's effective if you do it consistently. I think it would definitely kick your ass and do what it's supposed to. And then I ride. So I have exercise. I have things to do. It's sometimes getting over that mental block of I'm tired or I don't feel like it. Blockages. So I've been working on that. So with the mushrooms, I've been taking that every day, and the scale hasn't changed much, but I've incorporated the protein and the exercise and drinking as much as I can tolerate, and things are moving in the right direction. So don't give up on your journey because it gets hard. And I did ask my doctor about being in perimenopause, and he's like, you're too young. Well, do your research and you'll find out that 40 is not too young to be starting the menopause phase. I have some symptoms of it, not like a lot. I don't have the hot flashes at night and stuff like that, but my hip hurts. I have an achy hip, which has not been injured in any way, shape, or form, but it aches, and that is a symptom of your estrogen dropping. So don't listen to the doctors all the time. Do your own research, and my low energy could be caused by that too. I did just have blood work done and everything was good. My thyroid was good, so can't blame it on that either. So anyway, I just wanted to hop on here and kind of give you a little bit of insight on my journey, and I'm excited to see the mushrooms do their job better the more I get it in my system. I'm also taking stuff for parasite control, which I think is so funny that, you know, we deworm our animals, especially our horses, our cats, our dogs, but we never talk about ourselves. Like, Come on, people. Humans are susceptible to parasites too. And so, kind of been doing some research on that. And that can also cause lethargy and feeling tired and bloating and crazy appetite up and down. I mean, we are totally prone to different parasites, especially if you have animals and work with them and have your hands in their stuff, you know. So, I mean, I don't know why that is not talked about more. That should be something that we push for ourselves and not just our animals. But anyway, I hope y'all have a wonderful Tuesday, and thank you for listening. And if you have questions about my drink, I have some samples. If anybody's interested, just reach out and I'll be happy to share some more information on that. And we will chat with you later. Bye.